Oh, hi. I didn't... No, this is stupid.
Yep. That's really bad.
You still rolling?
Yeah.
Alright, fine. This is a more in-depth games room tour, because you guys seem to have liked the other one. So, yeah, let's go through some stuff. This is my mess that I have yet to clean up. So, this is all the stuff I brought up that doesn't belong up here, that I need to take elsewhere. And I also have this big Mario mushroom that my good friend... Ooh, that's an earwig. My good friend Stephen won from an arcade. This here, as I went through in a little bit of depth, is Sega Master System, which is about 100 or so titles. I would like to get a full set of this stuff, because this is like my main console from as a kid, and I fucking love it. I got my favorite game for this, which is... Where are you? It's definitely not that. I'm going to say that much, because that game is fucking disgusting. Have you ever played that?
No.
You should play that. It's awful. Which is only a sentence that collectors would say. That game, Wonder Boy Through the Dragon's Trap, which actually they remade this recently. And if you haven't, if you have a PS4 or a Switch, or I think even a PC, I'd recommend playing that. It's really fun. Below that over here, we'll go over here. Some Mega Drive titles. I don't have many boxed. I have a few loose ones as well, but not that many. Same with Master System. Actually, I got a few loose Master System titles, but not many. I went and collected a few boxed Master System titles about 8 years ago, and sort of expanded the collection a little bit. Mega Drive, I'm not really huge fan of. That really wasn't something I had as a kid. And to be honest, there aren't, much like today, there's not many games exclusive to the Mega Drive that I care about, that I can't get on like the Super Nintendo. And we'll go over there later. Underneath this is Neo Geo. Do you know what the Neo Geo is? You can talk.
I know.
Okay.
I do. You've shown me the Neo Geo.
Okay, so the Neo Geo, for those who
Haven't
don't
played
know,
it though.
this is an arcade cartridge system. So it's like a motherboard that plugs into the arcade machine behind you there, and you put in these cartridges, and it's just games. It's just an easy way to for arcade people to swap out their shit. And then some engineering folks, that's not the right word, made these big shockbox cases for the games to make them look pretty, to match the home counterpart, which I'll show you in a sec. And this is for the handheld Neo Geo X that they brought out, which my one got bricked because of a bad firmware update, so that's fun. So that's useless. Down here, it's the same kind of concept. These are CPS, or Capcom Play System. So that there's a motherboard and a cartridge. That's your arcade machine slot. And it's, yeah, just an easy way for you to swap out a game. This is Dungeons and Dragons Tower of Doom, which is one of the best games on the system. And that cost me a lot, I won't lie. And then a Sega Naomi, which had games like Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Was it Marvel vs. Capcom 2? Yes. And House of the Dead on this one. And this is another cartridge system, but it also has a CD player or a GD-ROM add-on, which works.
What's a GD-ROM?
You know the Dreamcast?
Mm-hmm.
So GD is a gigabyte disc. It's a Dreamcast proprietary format, and it uses the same system, but which makes it impossible to get parts for. But it's interchangeable with the Dreamcast, because one of my GD-ROM drives blew up, and I had a dead Dreamcast, and I just swapped the drives out, and it worked. So that was cool.
That is cool. Oh, my finger was in the shot. Maybe a little bit.
Can't take you anywhere.
Nope.
Below here, some Sega Saturn, which once again, it's not a system I had. I just happen to have a few random games, not really that much good. I got Command & Conquer, Myst, Tomb Raider. It's not really anything good there. Some Sega Saturn and Sega CD from America. Yeah, I actually bought this one in Seattle, when I was in Seattle. So that's that. Some Japanese and European Mega CD titles. just like the Mega CD was atrocious in so many ways, but it has this in excess make my video, which, I mean, if you look it up, there's a couple of like playthroughs and angry reviews and that kind of shit on it. Oh god, it's all jammed up. It's atrocious. Some more Sega Saturn, Dreamcast, which once again don't have much, but I do have Crazy Taxi, do have Shenmue, and I have House of the Dead 2, and I have the gun in the cupboard somewhere. And then some Japanese Dreamcast, which I bought a bulk lot for like $20. So that's why I have so many. Mega Drive, Master System, 32X. You know what the 32X is?
No.
It's like other add-on that they made for the Mega Drive. It does have probably one of the best console ports of Doom, unless I'm thinking of another system. Maybe, I don't know. But it does also have apparently one of the best Sonic games. So the two best Sonic games I think are Sonic CD and Knuckles Chaotix, and they're both on the shitty add-ons for the Mega Drive, so no one played them. I got this game because it made me laugh. It's Don't Panic, Seaman. I've never played it. Do you know this game?
No.
This is my favourite game on the Master System. I played the fuck out of this as a kid, but this is the TurboGrafx version. This is an arcade perfect reproduction, whereas the Master System one wasn't.
You might have to have a play a bit later.
Yes. The TurboGrafx is an awesome system if you never played it. It was a really powerful system in the same era as the NES, and it looked like a SNES, but it was like 6 or 7 years earlier.
That's cool.
My single 3DO game, which is a Japanese theme park thing, which I can't read, so that's fun. PCFX, which my PCFX died, so it doesn't really matter. The Neo Geo CD, which was just an awful system all around. This is PC Engine, Hue cards, which are these funky things. Have you ever seen those?
You've shown me them.
I quite like them. And then some TurboGrafx and PC Engine and PC Engine CD. Then some more arcade stuff. So STV is another arcade cartridge system, which I honestly don't know where I put the board for it. The Kaneko Supernova, which is another arcade cartridge system, which I have 2 games for, which I don't remember what the name is. And then IGS PGM, another arcade cartridge thing, which looks a lot like the Neo Geo because it's a rip-off of it. But this game, Demon Front, is like a Metal Slug clone, and it's incredible. It is so good. I think it's actually better than Metal Slug. But I don't know if my PGM works still. Naomi CD stuff, or GD, it's just a GD. And this is the home console Neo Geo. These things were, I think, $300 each for a game back when they came out.
Wow.
And the console was like 800 or something ridiculous like that, so no one had one. Except for the really rich people, so now the games are super expensive to get. So I only have a few of the cheaper ones. They were like 50 or $60 each. I'd rather have the arcade ones, to be honest, they're cheaper. My gaming table, which gets 0 use, because I had to have friends over, I didn't have any of those.
Hey!
Ha! Some controllers. These guys, cool arcade sticks for the SNES and for the Capcom Play System Super Gun, which allows you to take that big cartridge, CPS, this thing, and plug it into a TV, and you can use those controllers. So I got to find the actual other bit to it, but that's going to be pricey. It's like $400 or something. What should I start with?
I'm on the side, so start with the games there.
Start with the games there.
But board games.
So if you can see it from the camera, hopefully you can. A lot of these are still sealed. I went on a bit of a spending spree on Kickstarter and like a lot of board game shops and bought a bunch of these with the intention of playing them, but once again it's really hard to get people over to sort of learn the rules and play for hours and hours at a time, so I haven't had the chance yet. But Burger Up, we've played a lot of that, that's fun.
That is good.
Aged Orphans is not fun. Pandemic Tulu is very fun. That game was very complicated, Arkham Horror. Haven't played that, but apparently it's like Zombicide, which we've played a lot of.
Yes.
XCOM the board game is stupid. Blood Rage is apparently good, but I haven't opened it. Dark Souls is complicated. Battle Stations looks really good. It's got like a rule book that's as thick as my face. Same with this one. Shut up. Kingdom Death Monster. I still want to play that at some point, which is apparently one of the best board games ever made. I paid a lot for it, so I'd like to actually play it. What?
You're talking, I'm recording.
Yeah, true. Walking Dead All Out War I haven't played. This one, Adventure Time Card War, is based on the mobile game. It's actually really fun, the mobile game, but the card game... Coup, Rise to Power, whatever. Time Stories is good. We have to finish our game with that.
We do.
Conan looks good, but I haven't played it. Pandemic is good. Haven't played that one. Mainframe is good. Haven't played the other two Android games yet. Firefly is good. Deadly Premonition's okay. Control's okay. Camel Cup's okay. Zombicide's pretty good. Monopoly sucks. I mean, what more do you need to say about Monopoly?
Monopoly sucks, yet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Shut up is my only response I have
Plus 1 anti-Monopoly.
and 10.
10.
But it's holding my turret, so it's okay. Does it have a battery in it still? I don't think it does. No. He hits motion sensitive, and it does like the portal turret sounds and shit. Doesn't matter. Do you want to come over here?
I will come over there.
You could have went that little short way.
Eh.
You suck. Portal device at the top, because of course I have that. I bought that probably 6 years ago. In television games, Commodore 64 games? Yeah, Commodore 64 games. We have not many of. Atari loose, Atari boxed. These like Atari double-ender things, which are odd. More Atari box stuff. Atari Jaguar, the game, the system sucks, but it has Alien vs Predator and Tempest 2000 on it, which are really good. This is the Philips Video Pack, which is the Odyssey 2 everywhere else in the world. Yeah, I haven't played that at all. A really dumb system. I got it set up over there, I think. Yeah, I do. I'll show it to you in a sec. All my handhelds. So I got a couple of like normalish ones: Game Boy Advance, some Game & Watch, some fake Game & Watch, some more Game Boys, DS. I got this thing, Master System Super Compact. It's a battery-operated Master System that takes a proper cartridge and a controller, and it has a controller on it. But you used it to plug into like airplane TVs. It's odd. And I have a couple of Sega Game Gears because of course I do. I took those apart and actually recapped them. They were fun to do. Very fiddly. More handhelds. Boxed Game Boy games, including my King James Bible. I wish I was kidding. Loose Game Boy. My Series 2 N-Gage in my Series 1 cover. I do have a Series 1 N-Gage, but it's in the cover. Probably the best handheld ever made, the Neo Geo Pocket, simply because of the clicky. Very, very, very nice console. If you ever have a chance to play one of these, I would recommend it. And they also have these really cool, most of the games, like the small snap cases. Anyway, that was very odd of me, that case. Game Gear stuff. Wonder Swan? No, those are all Neo Geo Pocket. Some Wonder Swan games, which are extremely odd looking. Atari Lynx games, which are whatever.
Then is all fuck.
That's it for those ones. There's nothing really too interesting. That's a Wonder Swan. It's like you can do it like vertical. It's really stupid. Yeah, the rest is all garbage. Some older like unboxed consoles, Xbox, Atari 5200, which I don't think works. Or 7800, sorry. No, 5200. A box full of memory cards, and PS1 chip devices apparently. That's pretty fun. Dreamcast stuff. NES Game Genie. No? Okay. few N64s, another NES, some Dreamcasts, PS1 with a screen. I have like 4 Dreamcasts. When did that happen?
When you bought them?
Yeah, no shit. I think it was the American exclusive, like Mega Drive 3 or Genesis 3. Shit's tiny though. I quite like it. They removed support for the 32X on it, but you could like wire it back in. So I did that because I have no life. This is obviously the main drawer. I'm just gonna put my fat ass down. My couch moving all over the place. So this TV I'm probably going to change out because apparently it doesn't work with the zapper, which we found out the other night, unfortunately.
That one that's on the floor by your leg.
Yeah, we were trying to play Duck Hunt because he's never played Duck Hunt, which I was a bit shocked by. And this screen does not work with the zapper. I think it has some processing issues or some shit, so I'm going to get rid of that. But we'll go from the consoles. I haven't got anything hooked up at the moment. It's all just sitting there. I'm still building all the infrastructure for it. I've been very lazy and very busy, so I haven't done anything. But from top left, Atari 2600. That's the Philips Video Pack 2. Sorry, the Video Pack G7000, which is the Odyssey 2. And television and a bunch of add-ons, which I'll never use. Commodore 64, which I've composite modded. Vectrix, which I need to fix. Twin Famicom, which is the Japanese Nintendo with the disk drive built in, because of course I had a disk drive. Atari 7800, because I don't have a 52. The NES was meant to go next to it, but we were using that. A Master System 2, which I've RGB modded. I have 50 and 60 hertz modded, which I need to fix, and I've modded it to work in an arcade machine.
It's pretty cool.
So, but it's a bit knackered. I gotta fix it up. I don't remember what's going down the bottom left.
Is it the one that's on the ground there?
I mean, maybe.
Pretty sure it was that.
Okay, so that's the Atari XEGS game system thing. Mega Drive with the Mega CD and the 32X on it. Thing's an abortion. The Neo Geo Home System, which I love to bits, but God, is it just a useless and expensive system. I have tripped over. I also have a Master System 1 on top there, and a Famicom, because I really didn't have anywhere else to put them. And a chess set, too, if you care about that kind of thing. Which, obviously I do, because I spent like $600 on that fucking thing. My Xbox original, so I can't call it the Xbox One. Xbox Original Halo Edition, I have the box for it in there, I believe. The Canadian exclusive Mini Wii, which I got during my honeymoon. This was my honeymoon present to myself, which is the most romantic thing I could do, of course. 1/3 of my Steel Battalions for the original Xbox controller.
Oh, which the other ones?
Yeah, they're there and there. So I guess 1/4 those pedals are for it as well. If you haven't seen the Steel Battalions controller together, it's insane. It's like this mech game. It's got so many switches and dials and toggles and stuff, and it's insanity. It's really hard to play, but I really want to play it. PC Engine Duo, so it's a PC engine or the TurboGrafx with the
Probably should stand up for this.
probably the Hue card slot and the CD-ROM slot. The CD-ROM, I think, in that one's a bit screwed. I changed out the CD-ROM, but I haven't tuned it properly yet. I don't remember. It's been a little while. The one thing I hated about the TurboGrafx is it only has a single controller port, and two players you need to get like this turbo tap thing. But it supports 5 players. What a very odd number. And the controllers are kind of trash as well. But they did have inbuilt turbo switches. That was part of the whole thing of the consoles. Games could support turbo by default. SNES, everyone's favourite. 3DO, no one's favourite. The one thing I will say about this console is they each have their own headphone jack, and the controller's daisy chain. So there's only one controller port, but you plug into the guy next to you, so that when the guy next to you cracks the shit, you lose your controller as well. Atari Jaguar, what a piece of shit. Neo Geo CD, this is the Z, I think? No, it's not. So this one has a 1-speed CD drive, and it's slow as fuck. But once again, has one of the nicest controllers that I've ever used, to be honest. And you can use the arcade sticks, which I don't know where mine are, for the old Neo Geo system. Oh, there it is. So you can use this thing, and it's the same connector, it's the same button layout. But this is the controller that came with the Neo Geo home system, the AES. So it's meant to mimic an arcade because they're the same thing. It's basically the same hardware. So that's a really shit system. They upgraded it to have a 2-speed CD-ROM so games didn't take half an hour to load. But by then it was too late. And the games are still like $100 and they're just CDs. PlayStation 1 Net Eurozzi, I don't know what it is. Development kit. Home development kit for the PS1. So you could actually buy this as an end user and make games on it. It came with a bunch of manuals and shit. Really hard to get a hold of now. But I happen to have one, because of course I do. And a multi-tap.
It's pretty cool that you got that.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
A guy the next suburb over had one. And I traded him a modded Super Nintendo with Street Fighter 2 and like $100 for it. And this is like a $600 system at the time, so I paid like $200 to get it.
Fuck.
So whatever. This is the PCFX. This is a Japanese, pretty much hentai machine. The only games really released on this were hentai, and this one does not work. Unfortunately, the drive is fucked, so I got to fix that as well. Sega Saturn that I bought from Cash Converters, I think. And that works well. My purple 64, which doesn't have the RAM expansion in it for some reason. I do have a couple of RAM expansions sitting around somewhere. We're in the doldrums down here. Dreamcast. Didn't have Dreamcast as a kid, but that's that one. PS2. This is, I believe, my PS2 from when I was a kid. Maybe. The back's off because I have the LAN adapter. You can get a hard drive loader for it. So the LAN adapter has a hard drive thing on it for Final Fantasy something, and you could like load the game on it, load your saves on it, load the extra content on it. But folks are folks, and they made piracy possible. So you could put games on the hard drive and they'd load really quickly, and you wouldn't have to buy them. And I may have done that as a kid, but don't ask. And then finally is the GameCube with the GameCube Advance player thing, Game Boy Advance player. The GameCube got a lot of shit, but I don't think it was that bad. I think the controller was okay. I hate that you can't get a component out cable for less than $100 now, because it's
Ouch.
rare as fuck, and I hate it. But the Game Boy player, that was their thing. I mean, after the Game Boy Advance, you had the DS, so you really couldn't do that anymore. So I can't fault them for stopping. But I really wish they'd do more. But now they got the Switch, so I guess it's the same kind of shit. Bunch of books that I need to get rid of. Guitar Hero, Call of Duty, Black Ops, something. I don't remember what it is, to be honest.
Fridge.
That's not the fridge.
Is that not the mini fridge?
This is the...
That's the chest.
Yeah, it's like Black Ops 2 care package.
That is all you get to see of it.
It's shocking, to be honest. I only got it because I got the Call of Duty Modern Warfare night vision goggles, and then they had the RC card, and they both worked really well, and I got that and it wasn't quite as good. Arcade stuff, so Astro City arcade machine. This thing is the first arcade machine I got. I paid, I think it was $130, and shipping was $120. But this guy had, I think he bought like 12 from Japan and sold them on eBay, and this was the first one to go up. So no one bid on it. People were trying to see what the prices would go for, and they sort of low bid because there was still more coming like 10 minutes after it. So this one went really, really cheap. It was a little bit rusted and a bit cracked, but I mean, that's not really a big deal. I got a full working, really good machine for like $200, so I can't complain. Yeah.
And it does play very nicely.
Yeah.
We
really
played,
nice.
what, NBA Jam on it?
Yeah, we've been playing NBA Jam. I did have to go out and buy. This is the what's it? And I know this isn't very interesting to most people, but it is to me. The Sega 5380 key. This works on every Sega machine that has this kind of T-lock. And then I've got this key here, which is the Sega 5575 key, which works on all these kind of locks. So I don't think I actually have any of these locks installed on the machine, but the T-locks I've got underneath the control panel here. I'm not going to be bothered. But this thing pulls out. This is where you put the games. You put the games in there. I don't think I've actually got anything installed in there at the moment.
No, I think when we played it last, you took it out.
Yeah. So to hook up an arcade game, you just plug in this thing. So it's all standardized for the most part. There's a few games that aren't, but you just plug it in, and you're away. Coin box, and no, that's the coin box. That's the coin mechanism. That's the coin entry thing. It all hooks. It's all hooked up. It all works. The coin mechanism, but there's a control panel in there that has a button, so you don't have to do that, which is good because it's a pain in the ass. But if you hate your friends, you can always bring them over and make them pay. But then again, why are they your friends? So this thing is a video upscaler that I have to test. If you don't know what a video upscaler is, it takes the like low res shitty signal and upgrades it to a better signal. I don't know if it works. I pulled it out of a bin, but I pulled a lot of really good things out of a bin. So something guy behind the camera. This is a sorry. The Naomi GD-ROM system. It's a massive magnet attached to it for some reason. So yeah, this is basically a Dreamcast CD-ROM or GD-ROM. Power supply for the Naomi. I don't remember what this is. It's like Virtual Strikers, I think. I don't know. This is another big arcade boards that I haven't hooked up yet. One of them is Virtual Strikers and one of them is Virtua Fighters. Oh, good God! Yeah, this is Virtua Fighters 3. So this one, I've got an arcade machine downstairs that has 2 screens back to back. And these systems all support, it's got like a marquee that has like number of wins and winner winner flashing lights kind of thing, and these support that. But
That's pretty cool.
I didn't pay for that. Those 2, they came with the arcade machine. They're not games that I actually play, but anyway. This is my 2-slot Neo Geo arcade board. So you can get 1 slot, 2 slot, 4 slot, and 6 slot. So you can actually have 6 games hooked up, and it's a button to switch between them. So the Neo Geo arcade machines were really, really well designed. I actually had a 4-slot and I sold it and I regret it. But it doesn't matter. Some more interfaces. That's the Neo Geo ripoff, the IGS PGM. The cartridge goes in there. These were really prone to dying because I had these batteries that no one would change. Like most of these things, the batteries no one would change. They'd leak, destroy the boards. They're a pain in the ass to fix. Arcade boards of some description, I don't know what half them are, to be quite honest. And some empty space, which I'll probably end up moving that arcade stuff over to there, because that makes more sense. Haven't missed anything out here? Amiibos that I don't collect.
No, but there's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14?
There's probably more. Gears of War 3 Lancers because they look cool. I don't like Gears of War at all, just for the record. And this is the cupboard that we were at before. There is about 2,500 games in here, give or take. A lot of this stuff, especially over here, all this stuff is double stacked, just for space saving. And these bookshelves are pretty deep. I'm in the process of researching and building or buying drawers for in here. So everything will be in a drawer, and it's much more efficient use of space. So hopefully, at least all this will be reduced to, drawers, and there's a lot better use of space. No wastage like I've got here. I've got wastage, and I've got double stack, and I hate that.
I must say, it's very difficult to get everything in.
Yeah. See, I built this house. Well, I designed it myself, basically. And when I designed this room, I said to myself, I'll make the cupboard this big. It should be big enough. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff, but this is pretty big. And as you saw from all the overflow, that wasn't the case. And this isn't even everything. There's still a little bit more left to unbox and unpack.
That's still the last place?
Yeah. And I got other stuff downstairs and in the garage. I got like 3 or 4 more arcade machines I want to bring up here, which I'm not going to be able to. And it's ridiculous.
Well, as I said, just knock down the wall that's behind these shelves and just get rid of your music room.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, so yeah, I designed this games room as like, this is me. I have to move. I'm being told that the wife wants to move. You know, that's fair. I agree with it. But I get a games room. She's like, fine. And underneath this is a triple garage. So this room is the size of a triple garage minus about 2 meters for the balcony. So it's big. It's like 70 square meters, which is bigger than most apartments, just for the record.
Oh, God.
And it's not big enough just for this bullshit games collection. Anyway, Xbox consoles, some controllers, Xbox Ones, Xbox Originals. I have quite a few Xbox 360 variants. I'd like to get them all at some point.
Of course you would.
The 360 is honestly my favorite system that they made.
It's a very good system.
It's my favorite system probably of all time. Simply because it was that right era for me. I was like 14 or 15 when it came out. That's when I was really getting into gaming. A lot of good games. The graphics hold up still. I love the controller, even though the Xbox Elite controller now has taken over as my favorite. But the Xbox 360 controller was very good. The game library is very good. I have about 2/3 of the games at the moment.
Yeah. Both of these. All Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Double stacked.
Yeah, so all of this here is Xbox 360. There's about 700 titles there, out of about 1,200 total. So I'm going for a full set of that, but I don't really want to spend too much on them. They're at that sort of stage where they're going down to $5 to $10 each, and I don't mind spending that on them. But I have to wait for the games to go down to that price. I've got basically all the games that are $5 to $10 at the moment. So yeah, and that's not even all the 360 games. There's more in boxes and stuff here. But we'll go through that in a second.
In this general direction.
Yeah. I got a single boxed original Xbox down there as well. I got the see-through one there, which is pretty cool. And yeah, Xbox One controllers.
Good catch.
Thank you. So that's the Gears of War 3 Xbox, or 4? 3? Star Wars Xbox, Call of Duty 2, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 Xboxes, Halo Reach, Halo 4, and Resident Evil 5. I also have the Launch Team Edition Xbox, which has just got this green thing here. But that's probably one of the rarest 360s that they mass-produced. Unfortunately, I don't have the hard drive and controller and faceplate to go with it, but maybe eventually I'll get it, who knows. I've also got like a plain white Xbox 360 there, but no one gives a shit about that. And just games upon games. Some collector's edition stuff up there. I got this thing which is pretty cool. Killer Instinct plus a Nintendo Watch on the SNES. This is sealed. I have no idea what this is worth, if anything. And it does say, please retain this packaging. So, I guess I've done well. I actually got that from a retail store, like 3 years ago, before it closed down.
Wow.
NES, and NES, and NES, and Famicom. And these are the Famicom disk system stuff. These are just like I think it's a 3-inch floppy disk.
Looks about right.
And for those who wonder, it's a floppy disk wasn't a flop. It's the material inside that's the floppy disk part. That's why they're called floppy disks.
Although the original floppy disks were floppy.
Yeah, but they were also bad for the actual membrane. You don't want it to be flopping around.
Yeah. Which I believe is why they would have changed it to.
The hard ones, yeah.
And they were also like the size of frickin' one of your cartridges out there.
Yeah, they were 5.5 inch and they didn't really hold much.
Yeah.
So some more NES, SNES, some Game Boy stuff. Super Game Boy stuff. So more SNES. These are triple stacked back there because they fit. This is Vectrex cartridges. I have like 8, which is about 2/3 of the library. It wasn't a very popular system. This is Super Famicom, which is Japanese SNES. They're triple stacked. N64, they're triple stacked as well. I don't have many good N64 games. I do have like Mario Party 3. That's the Japanese one. I bought a bunch of Japanese stuff.
I didn't actually have that in the frame. My bad.
No, it's just...
Yeah.
It's. I don't know if you can turn it into English or not, but it is there. I want to find one cartridge in here, which I'm probably not going to be able to find. It was the one... No, I'm not going to be able to find it. It was the cartridge I made. I turned the Japanese Super Mario RPG into the English one. That's in there somewhere. That still works.
Link down below.
Maybe. N64 case with some more games in it. Box 64. Super Nintendo Pachinko apparently. Didn't even know I had that. Game Boy Player disc. It's a little cute little cover. And a bunch of GameCube games. I've got Resident Evil 4, the only game I really care about on here. Because it's an incredible game. And I really want to get the chainsaw controller for it. But I don't really have many GameCube games at all. Just a couple here and there. Oh, actually, no, the other one, important one I have is I got the Twin Snakes. Which this is the only thing that I think I would say buy the GameCube for. If someone said, do you think I should buy a GameCube? I'd be like, yes, to play just this. Would highly recommend. Wii. That's original Wii. I have a couple of cool things. I got like the Super Mario All-Stars thing, which my one got all banged up in postage, but what can you do? Kirby, Skyward Sword, and the controller. Got a couple of decent games on there, but not really many. And I got Wii U here. There's like 40 or so Wii U and Switch games. I want to go for a full Wii U set as well. We'll see how that goes. There's only like 160 total Wii U physical releases, so that shouldn't be too difficult to do. DS and 3DS down the bottom. Can you see that? So, I mean, the only things that I got here that are really cool, I got the Ocarina edition of Ocarina of Time, which I don't like, Ocarina of Time, but I still have it because of course I do. Collector. The rest are just games. I mean, there's not much else to say. PSP, PS Vita, that's probably my favourite handheld system, the Vita. It's all Vita games.
I thought it was the one that you were showing before through in the other room.
Yes, that's really good. That's got a really good controller on it. Okay, that's probably got the best controller, but that's probably the best system, to be honest. Oh, I had to get my fat ass off the bottom. N-Gage. I'm about 6 off a full set of N-Gage, so they're double stacked. This here is probably it's one of the rarest and most expensive ones, and I'm missing things like Civilization, Atari Classics 2, which are probably one of the more harder ones to get. But I got High Seas, which is hard to get, and Mahal Pinball, which is pretty expensive, not so much hard to get though. Anyway, PSP, some Vita stuff. I was toying with getting a Vita collection going, but fuck, they are expensive. And then limited run games started releasing more and more of them, so I said, nah, fuck it. Just don't bother. PS1, those are triple stacked? No, they're double stacked. Quite a few PS1 games, because I bought a couple of like big packs of them. But I got, Metal Gear Solid and the Special Missions, which is great. I did a full playthrough of the Special Missions, and I got all those done. Point Blank 1, 2, and 3, Resident Evil 1 and 2, Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3, Die Hard Trilogy, that's mine from as a kid. Great game. If it doesn't hold up well, I'm not sure. I also got this at an op shop one day. It's a 1 out of 10,000 exclusive to Australia and New Zealand Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 Collector's Edition. That's kind of cool.
It's still in good nick, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's pretty much in perfect condition still. It's weird though, because it's a PlayStation 1 game, but they're all in DVD covers. And all it is... Get one out. It's like a semi-naked shot of her, of course. But like, they've got the PlayStation 1 manual, just like a normal one sitting in there with the PlayStation 1 disc. So, I believe one of them is even just like the Platinum. No? Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah. So, I don't know what the point of it was, to be quite honest. Maybe they had a whole bunch of excess PS1 copies of Tomb Raider and they wanted to get rid of them. Who knows? PS2, whole bunch of those, and more. Not really that many cool things I can show you here. Except for maybe Celebrity Deathmatch, which is awful, to be quite honest. Resident Evil Outbreak, Code Veronica X, Resident Evil 4, they're all very, very good. The Outlaw series is really good as well. The X-Files suck. I don't think there's anything really else worth mentioning. Gran Turismo 4, if you like that kind of thing, which I really don't. PS3, don't have too many of those, because the 360 is my main system, so the PS3 games I have are PS3 exclusive games only, for the most part. I think I have one. Yeah, Margin and the Forsaken Kingdom. Because this was a birthday present from the wife before she knew how much of an insane bastard I was, so I can forgive her. PS4, a couple more PS3 things, like this is the collector's edition for Metal Gear Solid 4, which is great, and this is the collector's edition for Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap, the remake, and it comes with like the near authentic look of the Mega Drive games, which I love. Xbox One, Xbox Original. It is what it is. There's nothing really too interesting there. Halo, Halo 2, Half-Life 2, Max Payne, Destroy All Humans 1 and 2, which is fucking awesome. I do have Conquer Live and Reloaded, and it is absolutely atrocious. So I don't know why people pay money for it, to be quite honest, but people do. And I'm one of those people, obviously. PC, big box PC, and loose stuff and more loose stuff. I've run out of room for PC games.
There's the fridge.
Yeah, that's the Blackout Juggernog edition.
Juggernog, that's it.
So it's actually a working fridge, and it works pretty well. I will say it's a little bit loud, but it works pretty well.
And it can hold like 12 cans.
Yeah, 12 normal, like 375ml or like 12 ounce cans. I think it's 12 ounce. I got a lot of cool big box games. I will say I got GTA 2. Which is fucking cool. Baldur's Gate, which I don't want to take out because it's a bit knackered. Freelancer, which is one of my favourite games growing up. Which is like a space exploration shooter. Heroes 2 is fun. What else we got here? This fucking thing, which freaks me out.
Jesus.
It's a game about futuristic auctions.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, this is basically Bitcoin the game. I got Daikatana. If you don't know what that is, look up John Romero's Daikatana and look up the marketing campaign and how badly that game went. It's hilarious. Robocop, apparently. The original Fallout is a big box release. Wing Commander 4. Legitimately one of my favourite games of all time, Evil Genius. I want to find the non-bestseller edition of this, but this amazing game. Bought that one new. Death Rally, another amazing game. It's Duke Nukem Racing. Toonstruck, another incredible game. My friend in like year 7 had this, and I never got a chance to borrow it off him. So I went and bought it. I ended up buying 2 copies. I got another one. It's like one is the European edition and one is the American edition, I believe. And I definitely like this one better. It just looks cooler. It's the same game, same content. It just looks cooler. Blood, one of my dad's favourite games of all things. Full Throttle, great game. Wing Commander 3, Hellbender. If you owned a Windows 95 PC, you would have played the Hellbender demo. And I found the full version for, $10 at an op shop. I'm like, fuck yes.
In box still as well.
And sealed, yeah.
And sealed, sorry, yeah.
Age of Empires 2, which is amazing. The 3 battle chests that they brought out for the Blizzard games, Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, Toonstruck, Total Annihilation, great game, Diablo 2 and the expansion. I bought these off my friend in like year 8. They're incredible. Phantasmagoria 2, weird but okay. Planescape Torment, great game. MechWarrior 2, pretty good. I don't think there's anything else. Oh yes, Super Meat Boy. Yeah. And the original Age of Empires. And apparently the 3 Blair Witch games.
They made 3.
Yeah. I saw these at a flea market for like $2 each, and I'm like, I cannot pass that up. And I really do want to play them at some point, because they're going to be absolutely fucking atrocious. Yeah, we'll go from the bottom here. Neverwinter Nights, Baldur's Gate, TIE Fighter, Neverwinter Nights Collection again. I got those all pretty cheap at an op shop just recently. More Neverwinter Nights stuff. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, another great game that I could never play as a kid because my computer couldn't fucking run it. You're right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest from those 2 up are indie box titles, which you want to know how to piss off a collector. So see this. So in 2017, they started putting numbers on the side of the thing. So it's like, this is the first monthly release in 2017. They got up to the 9th release of 2017 out of 12 and stopped making releases. So my collection is forever stuck at 9 of 12 because they never brought out a 10, 11 or 12 because fuck you. But they released some of my favorite indie games as physical releases, and I've done some videos on them. They come with some cool shit, but my favorite thing was always that they had these like USB keys. So this is like a USB drive with the game on it. And it's like, it has the game name printed on it. It looks all cool. It's like, this is what I want. This is awesome. But then because these are expensive and CDs are cheaper, they changed over to CDs when they started doing the labels on the numbers on the side. And then all of a sudden they stopped making games because no one wanted to buy them. So maybe that's a bit of cause and effect. Who knows? Anyway, but some really cool games here like Nuclear Throne, Rogue Legacy, Hand of Fate. I think this one here is Brutal Legend. Yeah, Brutal Legend, which is an incredibly good game, even though I can't stand Tom Schafer. Invisible Ink is really good. Torchlight's really good. Super Dumb Boy, which is Super Meat Boy, except the edition made by the evil guy in it. That's the whole theme of it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
This one was great because I'm in Australia, I get everything late, postage-wise. So I saw all the Twitter posts about people who got this with the envelope and the card in it that was full of glitter. So you'd open it and glitter would go everywhere. I have that still somewhere, but I was like, I'm not opening that shit. I got the letter. I saw it was from Dr. Fetus, that's his name. I'm like, I'm not going to open that. I'm just going to put it away in a box somewhere. Risk of Rain is good. Halcyon 6 is good. And I got a bunch of other collector shit behind it. And finally, the wall of big shit. This is all of the collector's editions, big box stuff, console boxes, accessories, all the shit that does not fit anywhere else. And I thought this would be plenty of room when I built these shelves. This would be plenty of room for all this stuff.
Nope.
But I won't go through everything. I'll go through some of my favorites. I got the Diablo 3 and Reaper of Souls collector's editions. I like them. So that's Watch Dogs. I don't care. That's Dead Rising 2. That's pretty cool. I don't care. The Skyrim box. That's all fucked because I moved. So this has the big dragon statue, which is kind of cool, even though I don't like Skyrim.
But dragon.
Yeah?
But dragon.
But dragon, exactly. Bioshock 2 came with like a vinyl and some posters. That's a really good game, and I love the collector's edition for that. Killzone 3 had a pretty cool collector's edition that comes with like the helmet of one of the bad guys, and it looks really cool. Breath of the Wild, I find this game to be atrociously bad, but apparently I'm in the minority. Halo Reach has got a shit collector's edition. The Doom collector's edition is really cool, comes with a big statue. Gears of War 3 collector's edition comes with a big statue. Halo 3 collector's edition just comes with the helmet, which is cool. Box Jaguar, my Neo Geo X, which does not work anymore because why not? A bunch of 3DS systems, just like a ton of them, just don't ask. My PS4 controller I was looking for, so great. Vita stuff, box Game Boy player, some more Game Boys, controllers, a bunch of 360 collector's editions, my Enter the Gungeon Aminomicon, which I fucking love, PS4 box, a Wii U box that's empty, funny enough, Resident Evil 7 Rage, which is a game I quite like, my Australian exclusive Sonic Colors controllers, which are awful, by the way, but whatever. More collector's editions. I like the Grand Theft Auto one. It comes with like a safety box, safe lockbox thing. Xbox 360 HD DVD player because they bet on the wrong horse. Do you know the story about that?
No.
So it was Blu-ray versus HD DVD, and Blu-ray won.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Xbox 360 bet on HD DVD. God of War Collector's Edition, which is kind of cool. Uncharted 3 one I was disappointed with. Borderlands. My PSVR, which I just got. My Super Famicom box. This was like a coin-operated hotel Super Nintendo, which was kind of cool. That's a game I cannot remember the name of. My Steam Link box. Sonic Generations, the collector's thing, which is cool. That's my Modern Warfare 2 night vision goggles, which is awesome. Wii Mini. Couple of G-Con 45s for the PS1. Bunch of accessories and games. My SNES Mini. Box Famicom, Box 2600. Box Master System, Box PS Go. Some Box Saturn controllers. My PS1. 2 SNESes. My Neo Geo CD box, I believe. Yes, sorry. Neo Geo AES box. My Black Ops remote control car, which is really fun to play around with. Fallout PC anthology that comes in like the Nuke case. Some StarCraft 2 collector's edition stuff. Apparently I have a lot of box PS1s, my box Mega Drive, and like this portable LCD monitor for my 360, which I have never used, but I only paid like $10 for it, so it's pretty cool. And that's everything. That is an in-depth view of this mess of mine. So we'll just sort of pan out again. Have a look at this shit. This is everything. The much extended version of the Games Room tour. So if you've watched for an hour now, fucking hell, we've been talking for an hour.
You have.
Congrats on getting through this far. I hope you've enjoyed it or gotten something out of it. If there's something specific you want to see, I've done a full collection video on my 360 that was like 6 videos long. If you want anything like that on like the board games or the Master System or anything else, just leave a message, like, comment, whatever else. And yeah, thank you Reaper for filming and
Oh, good.
having someone to talk to, and I'll see you on the next one.